Okay guys, so this is a quick look at Linux Mint 17.1 Rebecca. Now this is, if you've actually seen my installation video, so this is right after the installation. Uh, there is absolutely nothing on this desktop, no files, no extra applications. This is exactly what Linux Mint is going to look like to you when you've installed it like on a new system, a fresh installation, right? Now, the first thing you're going to notice, it's pretty familiar to Windows. It's like familiar to Windows users. It's really similar. Now, this is your account panel. This is what shows you which account you have, power off settings. Power off actually you can do from here as well, right? So this is where the actual fun starts, this menu right here. So this is like the Windows start menu, and it automatically categorizes your applications based on, well, yeah, the applications. It's categorized according to their use. So these are your accessories. This is your calculator, character map, pretty much the standard issue stuff which you would expect to find on a Windows machine or any similar machine which you must have used. Graphics, internet. You must have noticed it actually comes inbuilt with practically everything that you will need. Now, so yeah, Banshee, it shows you play and organize your media collection. See at the bottom here. So you'll see that appear. Yeah. Brasero, create and copy CDs and DVDs, play movies, VLC. I think if anyone here has used VLC, you must be aware that it can actually play everything that you throw at it. Now this is actually a virtual machine, so I am doubtful that it will actually play high definition videos right now on it because of lack of processing power, not lack of capabilities in Linux Mint. Administration, it's pretty much all your settings, whatever you can find. And I'll tell you what, I haven't installed any kind of driver or anything of that sort at the moment. So this is a pure vanilla system, and the best part here is it will auto detect your drivers. Now let me show you that. Now you go into administration and driver manager. The biggest problem that you have in Windows is drivers. So now this problem has been eliminated in Linux Mint or even Ubuntu. If you're using that, you don't have issues with drivers, yeah, because it's going to show you which drivers are in use right now. Now this is an this driver was automatically installed on my system. I'm using VirtualBox for this video, right? That. And here's, I'm going to show you what the system settings look like. So this is your system settings. So this is like the Windows control panel. Here you can select, all your crazy effects and backgrounds and those kind of things. Mouse and touchpad. So even if you're using like a touchpad, it gives you pretty much, what does 2-click emulate? What does 3-finger emulate? This option actually was not available in Ubuntu 14.04. It's also not available in Linux Mint 17. So if you're using 17.1, you get this option right here. Edge scrolling, you can switch that to 2-finger scrolling if you like. I'm using a mouse right now, so this is pretty much pointless, but I want to show you what it's capable of, right? Tap to click, disable touchpad while typing. You can pretty much take a look at it. Mouse. I haven't even touched the console yet. The terminal, I think, as for end users and most people who are not used to Linux, the terminal may be a little more intimidating. So you might want to avoid that right now. So so going into the settings, I'm sorry, I just shut that window. So yeah, so you get backgrounds, effects, desklets. We'll get into desklets later, as well as applets. We'll get into that later. Some of the most powerful features in Linux Mint are obviously through its app database. That's it's via the software manager, which is right here in your start menu. Of course, you're gonna need a password for everything. So yeah, it's a very secure system. You are not going to need any kind of antivirus software or any kind of internet security suites. That's unnecessary. So if you are familiar with using say a Mac or an Android or an iPhone system, iOS. So the software manager in Linux Mint works in pretty much the same way. It depends upon what you want. So suppose I want some games, right? So I'm gonna click on games, and here you go. So this is like a whole bunch of games which you can go through. Oh, it also has Steam, by the way. So all of you Steam fans, if you want to use Steam, you can use Steam here. All of these applications are actually playable on Linux directly, and I'll show you how it is to install something on it. It's excuse me, it's actually a lot easier than you think it is. So okay, so let's see what this is. Super Tux card. Actually, I haven't seen it, so this is the first time I'm looking at it. So here you go. So it gives you, whoa, okay, 205 MB to download. Let's not get into that. Okay, we're gonna need something small enough so you guys can actually take a look at how it is for how it works when it comes to installation. See, here you go. This is 4 MB to download, 15 MB of disk space required. It's another game. You can go into the screenshots and you can take a look at pretty much everything. So yeah, here it is, screenshots of that. There are a few reviews. These are basically user reviews. You can submit your own reviews if you like. Yeah, of course this is going to require an internet connection. So I'm going to click install. So it'll install pretty quickly. I just clicked on ongoing actions. So it's going to install the game pretty quickly. Shouldn't be much of a problem. So now that it's installed, it's going to appear in menu games automatically. You don't have to add it, you don't have to categorize it, it is categorized automatically. Now it's using Firefox web browser by default, and you can actually switch to whatever browser you want. I think there are a lot of browsers available for Linux. So this is the default Firefox browser. So you know what, let's switch to something else. I mean, come on, web. Let's go into web. Let's see what there is. So there's Opera. It seems there is Opera. Do we have Chrome? Let's look for Chrome. Yeah, that's Chromium browser. That's it's actually an open source version of the Google Chrome implementation. I believe you can install Chrome on it too. Chromium works just as fine. It's pretty much the same. If you look at it, looks the same. It's pretty much the same thing. But I believe you can also install Chrome on it. If you actually look up on the internet, you should be able to download and install Chrome on it too. So by default, it won't give you Windows. I'm sorry, what am I saying? It won't give you Google as your default search engine here, but you can add it. It's pretty simple. Just click on Manage Search Engines, click on Get More Search Engines. Okay, so now what do you want? You want Google, right? So here, see, these are all commercial engines. So you click on this little Google icon. So there. So now what you do is you click here, click Add Google. Ta-da! You got Google. Cool enough, huh? So this is, I believe, the latest version of Firefox. So it must be like 1 or 2 versions out of date, but it auto updates more often. Actually, it doesn't auto update. Wait, it does not auto update. I'll show you how the updates work. That's pretty simple as well. You see this little shield here? That's your update manager. So now currently there's just one Mint update. Apparently it updates the update manager. Wow, okay. So I'm going to click install updates. You don't really need to bother about that. So now you just need to put in your password, authenticate. Now the best part about this is it automatically selects the best packages which are available, the best updates which are available. You don't really need to take a look at, you don't really need to supervise it, right? You don't need to bother about what is available, what is not. You see, it's already detected. Let's see, the version of Firefox is, it gives you a description of the update. So this version of Firefox is probably out of date. So see, look at this. So you can click on whatever update you want, everything you want. It's going to give you a detailed analysis. If you don't understand it, just forget about it. You can skip this entire thing, just click install updates and let Linux do its job. You click OK here. Obviously these are packages that should be installed. You need to put in your password, authenticate, and that's pretty much it. It's going to keep downloading your files. You can actually close this while it's downloading your package files. It's going to continue. I'm sorry, I must have cancelled that. Yeah, I think I cancelled that. Yeah, sorry. Okay. So you're gonna minimize the update manager right here. It's gonna continue updating. I'll show you another awesome feature about this. If I launch my player, which could be what, Banshee maybe. Banshee is your standard issue audio player. I currently don't have any music on this, so yeah, you can pretty much add all of your music here. It'll show you, it'll categorize by albums, artists. You can put your playlist here, it'll play whatever you want. And ta-da, this is the most awesome thing I've actually found in Linux Mint. I mean, this is just purely awesome. It shows you which song you're playing, it shows you everything, all your information here. You can actually control the player from right here. You can fast forward or rewind your music, right? And another really awesome thing about Linux Mint 17 is desktops, like multiple desktops, so workspaces. That is this way. Okay, yeah, so what did I press to get that, right? So you press Control Alt and up, and it'll give you all your workspaces. So I can switch to a different workspace. If you press Control Alt left, it'll switch to workspace 1. So that's, suppose I keep this open here, right? Control Alt right, switch to workspace right. Control Alt left, switch to workspace left. Control Alt down will give you a sort of like a collage view of whatever is open right now. Yeah, so this is the update manager which is open. This is the Banshee media player. So this is Control Alt down. Yeah, the shortcuts shouldn't be a problem. You'll probably get used to it quite quickly. So it's still running. Even if I close it, it's gonna stay running here. You can quit it. You can just click quit player here, and it's gone. There you go. Simple as that. It's that simple. If you have any kind of Wi-Fi network, it's gonna appear here. This icon here, this is going to show you your Wi-Fi networks. Currently I'm on a LAN network, a wired network. You can go into network settings and pretty much configure it as you want it to be. And it's pretty simple. It's going to show you everything here. It's going to show you your Wi-Fi here too, in this little pane here, right? Then let's move on to Office. Yeah. So you've got LibreOffice Writer, which is a replacement for Word, which pretty much works in the same way as Word does. You can see the interface is quite familiar if you've used. Actually, I haven't used this much, so to be honest, I'm about as new to this as you are. I mean, to LibreOffice Writer, not to Linux. I've been using Linux for quite a while. So yeah, you can pretty much use whatever font you want. You must have noticed the fonts are actually different from Windows. These are the open source fonts. They're pretty much similar to the way they are organized in Office 2013 or any version of Office that you have been using. So yeah, and it also supports Office files, by the way. You see this? Microsoft Word 2007, 2010, 2013, XML templates, Word documents. It supports more formats than you would actually bother to even think about. Yeah. So as far as support is concerned, you needn't even worry. Everything works. It just works. You know all these Mac people telling you it just works. Well, that's pretty much what Linux is, right? Yeah. Everything works. LibreOffice Calci. Calci is like Excel. Yeah. If you've used Excel, it's pretty much the same thing. Maybe there are a few differences here and there, which you will. It's not that hard to get used to. I mean, honestly, come on. The only thing you might find which is a little bit lacking is LibreOffice Impress, which is similar to PowerPoint, but it's not as good as PowerPoint. I would admit that. Yeah, it's really not as good as PowerPoint. Then of course administration, system administration, packages, users and groups. This is where you can actually take a look at which users are available to you at the moment. Yeah, I think it's loading for a while. It's a virtual box. Let's not forget it's a virtual machine. It's going to be a little slow. So yeah, here you go. You've got your administrator. Oh, and by the way, this is running on 3 gigabytes of RAM, dual core processor, 40 gigabytes of hard drive space. Yeah, that's about it, and about 120 MB of video memory. I see you probably won't notice any effects here, all these fancy effects. You can enable them, you can, but not on a virtual machine. So I'm sorry, I won't be able to show you the visual effects. Probably I'll make another video of the review, and I'll try and record it on a Linux Mint 17 system, which is not on a virtual machine, on a physical machine. You'll probably get a better look at how the effects work out. Yeah. So yeah, that's pretty much it to whatever it has to offer. You can pretty much go into everything. It's that simple. You can just go into home and it'll show you your documents, your what does documents have? Okay, VirtualBox dropped files, right? Okay, music. There is nothing here, of course. Pictures, templates, videos. You can just drop these files and it'll be taken care of automatically. You can go to computer, which is going to show you which hard drives you've got, your CD-ROM drives, your DVD-ROM drives. This is your file system, which by default is locked. You won't be able to edit anything around here. This is the Linux core system, which you needn't worry about, really. It's useless for you. Anyway, so yeah. And other than that, as far as torrent downloads, you probably might be worried that you won't be able to download torrents. Well, no, that's not true. Look at this. This is transmission. Transmission actually allows you to download torrent files. It is the default torrent client in Ubuntu and Linux Mint 17. So yeah, so you can actually download torrents too. And this is on a fresh install. Let me remind you, this is on a fresh installation, okay? Except for this game which we just installed, OpenTTD. I haven't played it yet. So yeah, then you've got the GIMP image editor, which stands for GNU Image Manipulation Program. This is a surprisingly powerful tool for open source. I mean, come on, take a look at it. I mean, I don't understand anything about image manipulation, but come on, guys. I mean, this looks pretty much like Photoshop to me. For most average users, this is overkill. It's overkill, but I believe you can, switch to a simpler utility if you really like. I'm quite sure there are a few. I think Gthumb. Well, I haven't actually tried any of these, so you could try them if you want. It comes with an instant messenger, which is compatible with most clients. So here I'll show you that. So whatever protocol you're using, it can support Facebook, Bonjour. You can take a look at that. So this thing will pretty much stay here in your taskbar, and it will give you real-time updates if anyone's sending you some messages. So I have used it to some extent. I would say as far as testing is concerned, I have tested it. It works brilliantly. You can actually switch to that as well. Desklets. Desklets is something like your Windows gadgets. I believe if you've used any of them, they are pretty useless. Yes. They look nice if you really want to put anything like that. You can click add to desktop and there it is. You can move it around wherever you like. So yeah, it's not. So yeah, you just close this. I can move it here, whatever I like. It's pretty cool, eh? So yeah, I can even shut it down. So I just right click on it and click remove this desklet. It's like that simple. Yeah, this is pretty much the same. The taskbar works in the same way as Windows. You just right click on this and click close. You can close that. I'm not going to close the update manager because I believe there are some updates running. So yeah, so let those updates get over. So they're just running in the background anyway. They're not taking up any kind of space. You can actually move it to a different workspace. So move to right workspace. Yeah. So now if you look at workspace, this is workspace 2, right? So it's going to show you update manager on workspace 2. This is workspace 1. This is workspace 2, workspace 1. I told you the shortcuts. So yeah, it's pretty much what it is like. And yeah, shut down. The logout session is here. You can switch users. You can even lock your screen. So I can type a message. I'll be right back. And there you go. So you've got a nice little lock screen which you can actually just unlock right here. The password is password. Yeah, I put in a password that lane. It's for testing purposes. So there you go. You can actually even see there are no open windows here. Is it? Okay, cool. It's cool. Okay. So you can set your date and time. That's like a quick hands-on experience of what it's offering. Oh yeah, backgrounds. Let's not forget backgrounds. So yeah, so I'm going to show you how the backgrounds work in this Linux Mint. So you can actually go through most of the backgrounds which are available to you through all the different distros of Linux. It shows you the little shows you the resolution here, so you can actually use high def screens with this. So you can switch to whatever wallpaper you want. You can actually keep changing the background every time. It's I think available in which is pretty cool, I think. Yeah, so you can create a, I'm not sure what a new launcher is. Hue. Okay, that's like a shortcut, right? So you got hot corners. Hot corners is what these corners do, right? Show all workspaces. There you go. If I disable hover, you'll have to click. So I can click here, I think. It doesn't work that way. I'm gonna cut that out of the video. Please cut that out of the video, whoever's editing it. Yeah. Okay, so now I'm gonna show you what am I gonna show you? This part of the video really needs to be edited, man. Whoever's editing this, please guys, please edit this part. Power management. Okay, so guys, let's move on to power management. So you can actually change your power settings. Okay, this is not much, I understand that. That's because this is a desktop PC. On a desktop, you are unlikely to see too many power management features. What you will see a lot more to change on a laptop. Laptops will offer you a lot more settings to change there. Printers, yeah. So let's go into printers. I don't have any printers attached right now to this, but I have actually connected a few printers to Linux Mint, and I really haven't had a problem connecting them. I mean, surprisingly enough, you don't really need drivers. It's really surprising. I mean, you just connect it to your USB port, and Linux will detect it, and then you just click add. You need to go into printers and add it. Yeah, that's the only drawback. You're gonna have to go into printers. It's here and click add. It's going to allow you to enter. It's going to show up whatever printers you have connected right in this pane. You can just click and click forward, and it's a pretty simple wizard like setup for that. You can change your login window. Now I didn't really show you what the login window looks like, but you can change what your login window looks like in this. You can auto log on, which is currently enabled. Yeah, but you can change what your login window looks like. There are a few options available. There are quite a lot of options available actually. There's not few which you can change. There are a few settings which you can change here too. So it's fairly customizable. The most powerful feature about Linux is this. This is by far the most intimidating thing that you will ever see on a Linux environment. So you know what, I'm not going to get into the terminal, and I'm not going to get into how that works, because that is frankly very complicated, and if you are an average user, it's unlikely that you'll ever have to use the terminal, and most of their features are embedded right here. Excuse me. In the start menu itself. Yeah, so that can be done as well. Alright guys, so I'm gonna shut down this PC and see you later. I hope you enjoyed the review. Please don't forget to comment, in the comment section at the bottom. We would really like your feedback. And thank you very much. Have a nice day.